Alright guys, the stream is starting right now. I kind of did some adjustments. You might see it look a little bit different on my setup here because I was able to kind of nab one of my work computer's monitors behind me to do the stream. I did it a little differently this time, so I can finally kind of broadcast to two different monitors simultaneously, which is what I've always wanted to do. I don't have to use my little tablet anymore to do this, so good for right now. Apologies for the itches. Drink for tonight's choice. We're doing some Mountain Dew, some old school Mountain Dew. Hopefully you guys will come into the stream tonight. There's a lot to talk about, especially San Diego Comic-Con reveals. That's what we're going to be talking tonight about, San Diego Comic-Con reveals and some pickups that I have picked up myself. Awesome, Hydrocritical. Thank you for coming into the stream tonight, my friend. We're going to be talking San Diego Comic-Con 2020 reveals. A couple things that I picked up along the way. We'll start with that right now. That will be the easiest way to begin. I normally do toy hunts, but because of, and you're going to hear the word a lot that's going to be happening tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay in the chat. You'll see me moving around a lot here because I have my chat window on another window. So you might see me moving over here a lot. It's not I'm trying to get off camera, just how I have things situated right now. This is like spur of the moment. I just started this idea a second ago, so I'm very, very happy I came across the idea. But because of COVID-19, coronavirus, I haven't did a lot of toy hunting. It's hard to talk when you have a mask on your face. It's not very comfortable to do that. So as far as what I picked up, let's take a look at these items right now. So I went out to probably one of the bigger malls in Boca Raton, and that's where I picked some stuff up. And first thing I want to talk about is a Funko product. Then we'll talk about San Diego Comic-Con stuff. I picked this up at an FYE. It is the Spider-Man Captain Universe version. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. FYE usually gets exclusives from other online retailers. They get PX exclusives as well for Funko. So that being, they got one of these items. I haven't reviewed this yet. I just picked this up this weekend. This is him, I think it was called Acts of Vengeance, which was a storyline that came out for Spider-Man where all the other, thank you, Hydrocritical, it's all the other villains were attacking each other's heroes. They tried to get people off guard. That was a story for this right here. The idea of the what's they call the Enigma power or Unipower. It's linked to the micro universe. Think of Ant-Man. That's where the power comes from. The idea is when a universe bending event happens, a person is granted the Unipower or the Enigma power to fight this, whatever this thing is. And they usually, it has a, thanks J Funko, they have a special set of powers that the Unipower has, but they usually imprint it on a person. So if you're a normal human, you would have these certain powers. Spider-Man's power basically became, for his spider sense, almost omnipresent. He can hear anything in the universe. So he became almost godlike when it came to his awareness. So this is what he looks like out of packaging. This is him in the Captain Universe suit. It was a very cool storyline that came out. I have not yet reviewed this guy. As I mentioned, I just picked this up a couple days ago. It's a very, very cool item. Very, very neat. Again, got it at FYE on a toy hunt. Not even a toy hunt. I just happened to be in the store and I noticed it. Another item I picked up at the FYE, and it was very, very cool. It is the 40th anniversary for Empire Strikes Back. On card, it's the Kenner 6-inch version, Kenner-like version of Han Solo in the Bespin outfit. Don't get this confused with the other 40th anniversary for Star Wars in his standard outfit. Two different figures. There's a lot of similarities between both figures, but there's a lot of differences too. Apologies for the glare. But there is differences between both figures. So this is the one basically that he took liberty for Empire Strikes Back. So this is the outfit he wore for Empire Strikes Back. Completely different outfit than the one you just saw a second ago. I have not yet opened this. This will be reviewed somewhere down the line. I have not had a chance to review it yet. And of course, the other item I picked up, I got it at Walmart. Kind of surprising. I didn't think these were out yet in stores. I've not yet received mine. It was delayed through Hasbro's Pulse website until I believe, let me refresh the page here. I want to say I'm getting it in, this one's coming the beginning of August is when this item is coming. Drink of choice again tonight, guys, is Mountain Dew. We're doing some Mountain Dew. So the item, of course, is the 6-inch Snake Eyes figures. This is the class from the new Classified series. Don't get this confused with the Hasbro Pulse exclusive version of Snake Eyes. It's a paint variant. It looks a little different, and it comes with a lot more gear. A real lot more gear. This is nothing. This is minuscule compared to the Hasbro Pulse version of the same figure. As far as the same scale goes, much more gear. It looks a little bit different, but this is him in the 6-inch scale. They have never did 6-inch scale figures of G.I. Joe. You either have 3 3/4-inch figures, which is what G.I. Joe is known for, or the original Action Force figures, which were 12 inches figures, which were then rebranded back in the 80s to make the 3 3/4 figures, which are the smaller ones that we all know and love. Thanks for coming into the chat tonight, Jackie, and hopefully Hypercritical, you're Hydrocritical. Hopefully you're still here too. Yeah, I think it's the reddish version of Destro. I think it's like a crimson color Destro, but this one's pretty cool. I wanted to get, because I'm not necessarily a big G.I. Joe fan. I'm a big Snake Eyes fan. I love Snake Eyes, love Storm Shadow. Those are the two G.I. Joe figures I really grew up with when I was a kid. And I have several different variations of just Snake Eyes, and I really just collect just Snake Eyes figures. But this one looks cool. There is going to be a Storm Shadow. I think it's called the Arctic version. I think it's Arctic Storm Shadow, the one that's coming out in the next set of figures, as well as a Red Ninja. The Red Ninja has taken all the gear, which is off the Hasbro Pulse version of the Snake Eyes, redecoed it, repurposed the gear, and it's on the Red Ninja figure instead of the Snake Eyes figure. So you can get the gear either way. It's a very cool rack that the Snake Eyes figure has. It's like a weapon rack, which I think it has dragons around the outside of it. When I get the figure, I will be doing a review. Price point, if you're curious, was $20 US. So those are the recent pickups I have done for the last week or so. So I want to showcase off the things I picked up. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay in the chat. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. Just let me know now. So I'm going to be dropping links in the chat with you guys. I'm going to switch over because I do have a second monitor now, thankfully, so I can cast over without losing my connection between my monitors. So I'm going to switch over right now. I'm going to go to our very first website. Let me get the link for you guys right now. I'll put it into the chat. Follow along if you want. All these links are in the video on demand, which will go up. Thank you, Jackie. All these will be going up on, these links will be in the video on demand when it goes up live. So I'm going to go over to my other screen now. Bang, we're here. And let's bring it over to the website. So this site here is specific to Funkos. This is basically San Diego Comic-Con official blog. It's from a very reputable place, the San Diego Comic-Con. Now, if you're not familiar, San Diego Comic-Con is probably one of the largest, I want to say one of the largest conventions in the U.S. As far as conventions go. Because of coronavirus and COVID-19, things have changed this year. Funko would normally release their products every, like say, for about 4 weeks leading up to the convention, and about every single day there'd be new products that would be dropping. These would be shared exclusives with different retail stores across the U.S. Things like FYE, GameStop, Hot Topic, the Funko store itself, Amazon, just Target, to name a few. But these are shared exclusives that would be done both at the convention side and on the convention, as well as the stores themselves. I keep moving because I want to see my chat window. Let me make this window just a tiny bit smaller here so I can still see the chat window. Let me just readjust this and resize this so I can see kind of what's still going on in the chat over here. Hey, Christian Torres, long time no see. How are you doing? Haven't heard from you in a long, long time. So let's take a look here and see what we got going on. I'll leave the chat. I'll kind of just leave the chat kind of squished. Let me squish the chat down a little bit here because I can't see anything that's going on. So I'm just going to move the chat over just a little bit here. Awesome. So I have the chat behind it. So this is coming from the San Diego Comic-Con's specific website, their blog page. I have about 4 different links I'll be going over with you guys tonight. Hopefully it will be a 30-minute stream, maybe up to 45 minutes, depending on how well we do with this stuff here. This is specifically for Funko. And as I mentioned before, they would ramp up to about 4 weeks. And the idea would be, as I mentioned before, they would share it with other stores. This year's San Diego Comic-Con for Funko, again, it's the biggest convention in the U.S. Sorry for rambling there. They only did about 2, maybe 3 days of releases. That's it. That's because of coronavirus, COVID-19, has put a huge halt on their workforce and a huge halt on all production that's coming out. A lot less product. So let's go through it right now, see what we got. Move it down here. So if we move down this list here, you'll see at the top here it says United States SDCC shared exclusive. These are all the products that came out for San Diego Comic-Con. Below this one, you have the Canadian version of it. So some of these are... Hey, Ringo, thanks for coming into the chat tonight. These ones here are the shared retail versions of it for Canada. So let's go through this list item by item. So first we have pop movies. We have Anchorman. If you've never seen Anchorman, hilarious movie. They did a great job with it. It looks, I mean, Steve Carell right there looks perfect. Will Ferrell, of course, plays the Ron Burgundy character. Great movie. If you've never seen it, check it. Take a look at it. This is going to be for Critical Role, Volvex on Broom. That's for the Critical Role. It's an RPG thing that comes out for D&D. Exactly, Hydrocritical. We'll talk about these at the top here again. When I get done with this page, we'll go back up to the top and take a look at that part. I have to go through all the items first. So, this was the Vex character, part of Critical Role. They're basically the kind of the beta testers now for all D&D's product when it comes out. It's very, very cool, very, very neat idea to do the Critical Role show. If you've never seen it, it's on YouTube. You can take a look at it there. Next, we have the Pop Television's Back to the Future, Marty McFly. Now, you might be asking yourself, Rook, this stuff came out a week ago. Why are you so late to the party? I usually give it several days until the information is solid and reliable, as opposed to just giving you information that comes off that may or may not be completely truthful. Make sure that information is vetted properly and it comes from reputable websites, reputable sources. So that's what I usually do before I release any information here. This is the Marty McFly one here for Funko. Looks really, really cool. Looking at his watch, neat figure. This one is Scott Pilgrim, more Scott Pilgrim stuff. They have stuff for Scott Pilgrim, Burst the World. In almost every single year I've seen, like for Funko shared releases, they do this as well. Next we have the Jay and Silent Bob reboot Iron Bob character, which is sort of a take of the Mark I. If you've never seen the reboot for Jay and Silent Bob, it's a funny movie. More mature based as far as humor goes. Very, very neat version of Iron Bob right there. Again, it looks very similar to the Mark I Iron Man armor. I believe this is it's going to be, I think, limited also to his store. Because if you look at the bottom, it says Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. It's probably going to be coming out for his store as well. That's what they usually do. Next, we have Harry Potter at the World Cup. Very cool looking Harry Potter figure. If you're into Harry Potter, it might be something down your alley. This is one of the ones I want to get. Absolutely, I'm picking this up. This Nightcrawler looks amazing. I love this Nightcrawler. Not a fan of all that weird tattoo work they did, all the lines that was carved into the character from the X-Men movies. Not a fan of it. Of course, we have the mouthless Deadpool from the Wolverine Origins movie. Not a fan of that character. But this Nightcrawler looks great. He's like teleporting in midair. That's why he's on this figure stand. He looks really, really good. Next, we have the Marvel Comics Zombie Thing, which is going to be a 10-inch pop. Comparing the size over here to a Captain Marvel character. So you see the 10-inch scale. And this is Vox Supreme over here. This is what this is listed as. Do you have the Walking Dead bobbleheads of Michonne and Carl Herschel? I don't have any Walking Dead characters, Christian, at all. Not because I didn't want to get any. I'm not a huge fan of Walking Dead. It's an okay show, but it really went past its prime. Next, we have the Pop Marvel Stan Lee figure. Him in his sort of Hugh Hefner robe. Looks great. Love the way that looks. That's going to be for POW Entertainment. Right there. That's, I believe, Stan Lee's new company. Next, we have here the Rise of Skywalker. The Sith on a Jet Trooper. Right here, with taking some liberty with the figure stand. Where you see kind of like the flight effects coming off the back of the jetpack. Very, very cool idea. Looks nice. Standard size pop. Next, we have the Batman and Robin Mr. Freeze glitter version. I could see this one being sort of one of those must-get figures. Not something that I personally buy, but usually every year they'll have some type of really cool gimmicky figure. They'll have something that's a chrome figure, something that is, let's say, like the Heisenberg figure that we saw before. The blue Heisenberg was like the must-have figure. This may be the must-have figure for San Diego Comic-Con because it's a glitter version. You don't see a whole lot of glitter figures. Next for DC, we have 3 different ones, and one is limited to 3,000 pieces. That's Black Lightning, which is right here. And you have Ra's al Ghul and Cyborg Superman. That's all we have for DC. What's going on, Critical? Let me take a look here. What we're talking about. It's sort of like a flock figure, Hydrocriticals, kind of, sort of. It has a flock sort of look to it. I would say it's very similar to the Hot Topics Diamond Collection, as far as the sparkly effects would go. That would be very similar to it. If you ask me, are they similar? That would be as close as they would really become, is that. Again, these are the only DC figures because they only had 2 days worth of information, 2 days worth of releases. Again, because of Funko and COVID-19 closing down the conventions, closing down, a lot of retailers were hit. People are still under quarantine. They're really limited to the product they're coming out with. Hey, K-Tai, thanks for coming into the stream tonight, my friend. He is from Japan. Absolutely. Next, we have for your Office fans, we have Recyclops here. And this, of course, you have Dwight in his Recyclops outfit. Next, we have some of the Vinyl Soda Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, the Tear Away Face Clown. Never saw Nightmare Before Christmas. They still make a lot of product every year for Nightmare Before Christmas. And they've only made 1 movie as far as Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas goes, and they still make a ton of stuff from it. You see what's going on here? Christian, hold on 1 second. They have a lot of Batman bobbleheads. A lot of them. Next we have the Emperor's New Groove. This really cool looking cat. It's called Yasma, the cat here. Cool looking kitty cat. Next we have the Pixar Alien as Kevin. Right there. That's Pixar Remix. And next we have for Nickelodeon Invader Zim. All the links here, I'll put the link here again for you guys if you missed where we were getting this information. All the links are again in the, they are going to be in the stream, as far as it's the description box of this video when it goes on video on demand. You would get all these links as well. Next we have some Master Universes, what we were just talking about. Hydrocritical is talking about them. We have Clawful over here. You have, they just called Master Universe. I think this is some type of, I can't remember what his name was. Maybe you guys can tell me in the stream what this guy's name was. I'm not the biggest Master of the Universe fan, so pardon my ignorance there. We have Trapjaw and Mossman over here in the soda cans. Next we have the Hello Kitty HK Robot. And this one's kind of cool, the Teenage Ninja Turtle version of Michelangelo on his San Diego Comic-Con skateboard right there on the corner with a nice big logo right there on the side. Him and his pizza boxers right there. We have some Samurai Jack coming back. I don't know who this character is per se. And then we have the SDCC toucans. Now there's 3 different variations of the toucans. This one on the corner here is going to be limited to only 1,000 pieces. This is probably going to be the must-get figure. This red toucan here, just because it's so limited to get. Just because it's so hard to get. All 3 of these are these 2 here are the same. This blue one here is a different sculpt compared to these other guys. So he kind of has the hands on the hip, this blue one right here, and these red and white ones are identical. They're just paint variants, but this one is much less quantity. Then we have Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails and Silver in their I guess the Super Saiyan versions of them right here. Tails and Silver. I don't even know who those. I've never heard of the character Silver, so I don't know who he is. That's a 2-pack. If you were asking, it is a 2-pack. Next we have some My Hero Academia, Bogaku, right here. Looks good, and we'll take a look at the end here soon. Then we have a Super Saiyan God Goku, kind of charging like blast effect behind him right there. That would be another one that people want to get their hands on. DBZ stuff always sells extremely well, and it keeps selling extremely well. Usually like Hot Topics has these products. I gotta look at the top here when we come to the end of this website so I can see who has what. Then we have some Pokemon. We have a Mewtwo. These are both flocked. Both the Mewtwo and the Vulpix are both flocked. I know Mewtwo has come out already. I believe the Vulpix has come out also. Then we have Fortnite Ripley here. Looks okay, but I'm not a fan of Fortnite, so go figure. And then you have Steve Aoki. Not a huge fan of Mr. Riggins of Masters of the Universe. I do think they look good, but I don't know who this guy was. Mr. Riggins, if you know, who is this guy? Let me know in the chat. Who was this guy up here? This guy. I think it's called Master something or Weapon something. I think is what his name is. Go back down here to Super Saiyan Goku, Mewtwo, and we had Steve Aoki. Next we have Jack in the Box, Jack in Disguise, right there. We have some Captain Crunch, because they do a lot with the mascots, with the cereal mascots, always get stuff, which is the Crunchberry Beast. And that's it. Those are all the Funko releases for this year. Yes, I do know for San Diego Comic-Con, it seems extremely weak. So let's see who gets what in the U.S. Show only is here. So it looks like the Black Lightning, they're probably, you could probably, since of course there is no show, you probably have to go to their website when it drops to purchase it, I would make the assumption. Amazon are getting these two guys here. Best Buy is getting the Critical Role, the Alien, and the Cat or Box Lunch. For your entertainment is the Funko, is the Jane Silent Bob. GameStop are getting all these guys here. I'm surprised GameStop is going to get the 10-inch thing. Usually you would see someone like Target getting that one. Walgreens is getting the faceless Deadpool. Toy Tokyo is getting the Master of the Universe stuff and the Samurai Jack. Entertainment Earth is getting a DC one and the guy from the Zim character. Hot Topic's getting 3. We're getting that Nightcrawler, which I'll definitely wind up getting release date. Got to get that Nightcrawler. Super Saiyan Goku charging and the My Hero Academia. Target's going to get the Stan Lee and the Cyborg Superman. Walmart's getting the Back to the Future, the Recyclops, and the Fortnite character. And all these other ones here are coming from the Funko store. All these other ones that you see here are Funko. So that's all the Funko releases that are happening this year. Now we're going to switch over to another website. I'll put the link right here. I did this from Toy Arc. I went to Toy Arc to get this information here. And this is basically all the stuff for San Diego Comic-Con 2020. So we're going to be looking at some of the action figures that are really not Funko stuff. They only have like really one Funko item. So they're doing the Jurassic Park Barbasol Dennis Nerdy action figure. Yeah, those are some good ones, Jackie. So this is the action figure is actually in. There's another picture of this in another website. We'll take a look at that shortly. But the figure is literally inside the Barbasol can. So you pull it out of the packaging. This is how he looks when you pull him out of the packaging. I think it's 3 3/4 inches in size. Price point is $20. Next is the Star Trek Next Generation Commander Riker facepalm bust. That's another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. For Mattel, I've only seen one item from Mattel, maybe because I just can't find it anywhere else, but that's Mr. T, and from Elite, because remember, during WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania, might have been WrestleMania 1 or 2, first WrestleMania or second WrestleMania, Mr. T was involved. So this is his version right here. So it comes in a special packaging, in the old school WrestleMania looking font, and I think that's the slipcase when you pull it off. There's T's packaging right there. Price point was, I want to say $30 for this guy here. Over here we have the 8-day PX exclusives. These are all the days. These are out of order, mind you. They have a Mandalorian and some of the, like kind of a retro version. That's what I was looking for. Retro for all the turtles. All the 4 turtles, Splinter and Shredder. They will be coming in, well, the Mandalorian's $120, San Diego Comic-Con, it's a 6-pack. All these guys come together. If you think about it, for $90, it really isn't that bad because you're getting 6 figures for $90. So it's technically not super bad as far as pricing because they're not killing you on a pricing. The 1/6 scale bust of Mandalorian, it's up there. Again, if you guys are curious, drink, we're doing some Mountain Dew right there. Pardon me. Next we have Tron and a VHS Deluxe action figure packaging. So he's inside a VHS package when you pull him out. Next on day 7 we have another multi-pack. It's the Muppets with a really cool Joker right there. It's by Kotobukiya who's doing this Joker statue. Price for the Muppets is you're looking at $120 for, it comes all the figures in the set. So you get all 5 of the band. I don't know if they give the Electric Mayhem. It's called Electric Mayhem is the name of the band. They're limited to 3,000 pieces, and you have the Joker at $109, limited to 504 pieces on that one. Day 6, you had some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, more of that. Hey, Dan, long time no speak, my friend. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Long time. Glad you came in the stream tonight. We're looking at San Diego Comic-Con reveals. We just did Funko. We're now looking at some of the stuff for action figures based off of Toy Arc's website. The link is in the description box of this video, so you can take a look at it in there. I'll drop it in again for you if you're asking where is that from. This one we have, again, Nightmare Before Christmas, and you have two different, these are, I think they call their desktop versions of the Infinity Gauntlet. You have, of course, Thanos' version right here, and you have the Hulk or Iron Man version of the Gauntlet. Price point of the Nightmare Before Christmas was $120. The Infinity Gauntlets were LED previews exclusives. They're $60. A limit of 2,000 pieces. I believe it's an either or, so I think you can, yeah, the Infinity/Nano Gauntlet. So you can, I guess you could buy either this one or this one for $60. Don't look besides the preview stuff. The preview stuff, they did the gallery for Diamond Select. The gallery statues, usually they're very cost effective. They give you good product, usually PVC in construction, but they're very well constructed. They're great figures to have. Next is one of the San Diego Comic-Con stuff we didn't see on the release of the Funko stuff, which is going to be the DC Comics Red Hood versus Deathstroke 2-pack. It's another one like a comic moment. So it's Deathstroke fighting Red Hood here. So this is going to be a $35 product on this one. Excuse me, that's the Tron Deluxe. We just talked about that one a second ago. You have some of the Gentle Giant stuff that's coming out. It's 2 packs. You have the Deadpool bust, which is this one here. And then you have the MEA Maximum Venom 2-pack by Beast Kingdom. So you have these two here. These are Maximum Venom. You have, it looks like an Iron Man version and a Spider-Man version of him, which looks good. Not bad. The Deadpool one's $100. The other one, the Maximum Venom, is $29.99. So let's go to the next page and see if there's anything else going on there. If not, we'll just move on to the next website. So it looks like they got some more stuff here. You have the exclusive Negative Suit Spider-Man, and you have RoboCop. So you have RoboCop over here, Negative Suit Spider-Man. Price point is, this is of course for the PS4. That's again a PVC statue. I'm assuming it's probably the gallery. We'll take a look here. Let's see where, yep, Diamond Select. I was right, Diamond Select right down here. Again, $50. Really cool looking statue based on the Spider-Man video game. Looks great. And then a RoboCop one. You have a Picard facepalm and a bust of Predator. Again, this is all SDCC stuff. Price of the Predator was $50 US. Price of the Picard, you're looking at $80. Then we have a Godzilla and an Iron Giant. Godzilla is $70 and the Iron Giant is $40. This one's kind of cool. It's the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles San Diego Comic-Con exclusive announced. So this is a 7-inch scale 4-pack of the figures. It's going to be available in a shared exclusive on Target on July 23rd. So in about 3 weeks, this will be available. You can get it from an available bundled with accessories. So it's probably be 2 variations of this. A little more expensive at $150. Accessories to be sold separately for $25. So you could buy either the turtles or turtles with the accessories or the accessories by themselves. So you can buy it in 3 different variations. We got some Gremlins. You always have Gremlins. That's the Summer Games Gremlin figure here. Again, as you see, price point $29.96. Why the weird pricing? Don't know. Through NECA, very, very weird pricing on that one. Next we have, of course, some other stuff here, which is Hasbro Live. This is something now different. So we'll switch from this side. Let's head over to this one right here. This is what we were just looking at. This is sort of a master list of San Diego Comic-Con stuff. I'll put it right here for you guys in the stream. So this is a sort of master list of the SDCC stuff. I dug around and found this link. So this is the stuff we just were looking at. These are what the guys look like, the turtles, in all of their gear. So they're playing instruments, and then I know they have another variation. If you look down here, you start seeing how like Raphael doesn't have the star right here, but he has it right here. These are, I think, are what the additional accessories are going to be, and it comes in this really cool musical mutagen tour case. So when you open up the packaging, you get this really neat backdrop. So you can put the turtles on stage. So if you wanted to do that, you can. It's a very, very neat idea. Like the way it looks. Different representation of the turtles. Something a little bit unique. If you look over here, you have in there what your accessories are over here. Kind of cool. Kind of different. It's in right the star right here. I guess this is taking homage to Kiss. I guess I think one of the two guys are dressed up like based off of Kiss. This is more NECA packaging right here. So I guess they have two. I guess they're going to be two different versions of the packaging. Maybe NECA has it from their site. Maybe it's a more exclusive version because this looks like different packaging comparing this to this might be just the accessories. Okay, I think I know what this is now. This may be all the cool accessories. This is how it normally comes packaged. I'm guessing that's what they're doing there. Very cool versions of the Turtles. NECA did a good job on this. Again, not a huge fan of NECA. I've had a lot of quality control problems with them. So again, here's the pricing we just talked about. Beast Kingdom has some stuff here. Cool Spider-Man. Marvel Comics Peter Parker right here. And different sort of versions of Spider-Man. Again, this is all SDCC stuff. Again, looks neat. Price point is $80. These are all pre-order stuff here. So they're called Egg Attack. It's a different line of action figures. I don't even know how much articulation are in these guys. I have no real clue. I don't have any egg figures myself, but I've heard about them. So it looks like it comes with head covers, covered with different mouth, exclusive body with clothing, interchangeable parts and hands. So I'm assuming there's probably some type of articulation. This is the same figure, it looks like. All these guys are the same figures with just different add-ons, different accessories you can put here, because you can see all the stuff right here it comes with. So you can put them in different ways. You can dress up the figure. Same thing here, another one, which looks like another sort of version. You have the Bro Thor from, of course, Endgame. Another Egg Attack. Looks good. Not the greatest, but looks good. Again, more Egg Attack stuff. You have Infinity War, Tony Stark, Nano Suit right there. Different accessories. You can have the centerpiece here added on. Like you can see the armor underneath. Looks really, really cool. Here we have Dark Knight, Joker, Bank Robber, Dynamic 8 Action Heroes. This is a pre-order for Beast Kingdom at $100. It looks to be having articulation, so it's probably sort of like, it looks maybe, I would maybe guess like a Hot Toy. Kind of like a Hot Toy, I would assume. Very similar. Looks good. Great looking Joker. I'm guessing it's probably the same figure, yeah, with different gear. There's different gear here. One realistic head sculpt of the Joker, one clown-style mask, 3 pairs of replaceable hands, include accessories, pistol, shotgun, grenade, smoke bomb, chronograph, watch, travel bag made of real fabric. You get a gray blazer, suit, gray trousers, and clown shoes. Cool. Here's the Barbasol I was talking to you guys about. This is how the packaging would look. It sells for $20. Not too bad. Again, 3 3/4 inch scale. So it comes inside, the packaging looks like this. So literally you put the figure inside the Barbasol can. So literally the figure slides into the casing. So cool way to display it. You guys know about Jurassic Park and the storyline with the Barbasol can. It looks really cool. I love the packaging on that one. It looks really, really cool. They even have a video link to it here. If you guys want to take a look at that video, you're more than welcome to. We have, of course, Mr. T. We've talked about him before. Here's the packaging of T. I'll pity the fool right there. Looks great. Great version of T. You could take the clothing off. You could take his camo off, take all the gold off. Looks great. Great job they did for T. Price, I think, again, was $35 for that guy. I want to say it was $35. I think we saw the pricing. I believe it was $35 for him. Make sure I'm correct. I think it's $35. It doesn't say it down here, but I believe it's $35 for that one. Of course, now we have a Dragon Ball Z Super Dragon Star Super Saiyan Gohan and Piccolo Cape version action figure 2-pack EE exclusive. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. You get Piccolo and you have Gohan in the Piccolo-like, or I guess the Saiyan-like outfit. The Gohan, rather the Piccolo vest, I guess you would call it, the hanging shirt piece. Same one that Piccolo has, similar piece. And that was taken liberty from the anime. Price point, I don't see a price point on this one. I want to say probably, I wouldn't doubt it's like $50. You have a Naruto one coming out as well. Another 2-pack for them. Shippuden Anime Heroes Itachi and Suzuki Uchida Action 2-figure 2-pack. So you have, looks like it's the same one, I'm guessing. Maybe it's 2 different versions of the figure. No, it's probably just the same figure, just showing, I guess, different angles of the figure. And of course, we have Icon Heroes. We talked about Riker already. The bust for Riker, which is $90 with the face palm. Diamond Previews. We have the Mandalorian, which we talked about before. Great Mandalorian. This is the 6-pack we were talking about for Turtles. price point, I guess, was, they're saying here, of $58.49, which was different compared to the price point we saw on the other website, which is much higher. Is it? I would put it between this point and 90. So it's somewhere in that price point there. I know, Hydrocritical, pretty cool. Shots of the old retro Raphael. This, of course, was the Electric Mayhem Band right here in their packaging. Again, looks good. Limited to 3,000 pieces. Again, Diamond Select. Diamond Select's doing a great job. If you don't have any Diamond Select products, you might want to look into picking a couple pieces up for your collection. They're not that bad. I have several figures. The Dark Knight Metal series I picked up in the Diamond Select. Good stuff there. Next, of course, we talked about that Joker statue. Limited to 504 pieces. Price point of $109. Kotobukiya, once again, knocking it out of the park. Doing a really good version of the Clown Prince of Crime. Looks great for Joker. Different take of Joker. We have Nightmare Before Christmas. Price point $120. Lighted action figure. So apparently, I guess it's lighted packaging. Those the Marvel Infinity and Nano gauntlets. Price point of $60. Desk monuments. They do have LED function right here. LED gimmick light up right there in the knuckles of where the Infinity Stones would be in the snap position. Looks great. How big they are, if you're asking me, I don't know if they gave us a size. I don't know how big it really is, but based on the picture, it looks pretty big. Kid Robot's doing some stuff as well, which is always great for Kid Robot, the little minifigures. Again, we have the Homer right there with the donut. We have the Kid Robot, Hello Kitty. They're doing stuff as well. And we talked about the Diamond exclusives right here. Again, this site doesn't give me all the Funko stuff. So we only have really this item for Funko. And then we have, of course, the VHS version of Tron. We talked about him already. So the packaging, when you open it up, looks like an old school VHS cassette. We only had that image here. We didn't have the actual cassette insert piece to it. So I'm maybe guessing that it's just like a cover that goes over the figure. So when you pop that piece out, I guess the figure's within. I would assume is how it would work. This is sort of like it would like clamp over the figure. So you pop that piece out to get to the figure. I was assuming that's what they're doing there. I would guess. Next is that Deadpool bust. We're talking about the Deadpool zombie, priced at $100. Gentle Giant is doing that one. These were the Maximum Venom ones we were looking at the other website. The Spider-Man and the Iron Man versions, respectively. Price point for that one was $30. So each one would be $30. And then you have the really cool PS4 negative version of the Spider-Man suit. Looks really good in that black and white. Sorry about that. Looks really, really, really cool here. In the Spider-Man outfit right there. Looks really, really cool. We have RoboCop right here. Next we have Predator. This is again a gallery select for Diamond. Unmasked Predator. I do, again, like Diamond Select. The gallery stuff looks really, really good. Of course, we had Riker. Now we have Picard with the face palm. You have a Godzilla, Burning Godzilla for $19.95. Again, gallery select doing it again. That's limited to 3,000 pieces. The Predator was limited to, again, 3,000 pieces. So they're both limited product for both those. We have the Iron Giant, which we talked about earlier. And that's it for that website. Last thing we'll talk about before we wrap up the stream is Big Bad Toy Store. I went through and just did a search for Big Bad Toy Store for San Diego Comic-Con, and basically this is the stuff I came up with. So if you guys want to go to the pre-sale stuff, you can come here to pre-sale everything I have listed here. So let me go to change it to 100 items just in case. And we'll look at all the stuff they have available. So they have this really cool Macross Valkyrie. It is... I believe it's of course a model. All the Valkyrie stuff is usually die-cast. If you're not a fan of Robotech or Space Fortress Macross, which is what Macross or Robotech took liberty from Japan, this is a stealth version, they call it. It's a black Valkyrie. Does it convert? Does it have conversion to Batloid or Guardian mode? That I don't know. I went through the pictures. It only had it in jet mode. It might be only stuck in jet mode. I don't know that. The Muppet Band, here's a price point of $119. Godzilla was $69. Picard was $80. Mandalorian was $120. The Tron was $50. Nightmare Before Christmas was $120. RoboCop was $25. The SDC, again, this is all SDC stuff. The Red Hood and Deathstroke was 35. The Predator was 50. The Gauntlets were 60. Kotobukiya was a little more expensive on their website at 115. The Marvel Zombie Deadpool at 100. Diamond Select for the Negative Suit was 50. The Maximum Venom minifigures were 30. The Iron Giant was 50. And the TMNT is priced here at $100. So that's it for this section, guys. Let me switch it back to my other camera here. Bang. And so I can switch over here and see what's going on to the stream. Perfect. Excellent. So that's everything for San Diego Comic-Con 2020. Again, they limited a lot of stuff because the convention was scrapped. They're doing it in 2021, but because of what they're doing in COVID-19 and coronavirus, we're forced to do this, unfortunately. So I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. We have a couple more minutes left. If you guys want to talk about anything, you're more than welcome to bring it up into the chat. Let me know if you guys want to talk about anything cool. People who just came in, I'll be showcasing off the pickups. If you just missed it, let me get a drink here. We'll talk about that right now. Picked up some cool stuff. Again, I'll go back to it. We picked up this really cool pop. This is the Spider-Man Captain Universe version of Spider-Man when he had the Unipower or the Enigma Force, it's known as in the comics, from the Acts of Vengeance storyline. I have not yet reviewed it. I just picked this up over the weekend at FYE. Also at FYE, I picked up the Bespin 6-inch scale Han Solo. This, again, is different than this version of Han Solo at the 40th anniversary. Different figures, not the same figure. He will be eventually reviewed down the line sometime. I just picked him up. And, of course, last but not least, this week we picked up the $20 for retail release Snake Eyes figure. This is not the Pulse Store exclusive, which is normally $40 price. Double the price point, different paint deco, and a lot more gear. Both the figures will probably be reviewed side by side when I move into my new house. My video there, I'm going to do it when I get to my house mid-August when I move in. It's going to be, I'm going to break down this entire studio, move it over, and rebuild the studio. And I'm going to do a studio tour when I get there. It'll be one of the first videos I shoot, but probably the first video I shoot is going to be a sideshow statue. Something that me and my girl wanted for a while now, and it's coming to us shortly. That'll be the first review probably I do at the studio next to the studio tour. Coming into August, though, there's probably going to be very, very few videos because of doing this move. There'll be still videos going in probably later in August, but in October, me and my girl are getting married. There'll probably be very, very few videos at the beginning of October. Yeah, it's a great pickup, Jackie. It's a good figure. It's not that bad of a figure at the 6-inch scale because they have never done 6-inch figures for G.I. Joe. They've either did 3 3/4 or 12-inch. 12-inch is what the original Action Force, which was based what G.I. Joe turned into in the early 80s. And then they shrunk it down to the 3 3/4-inch figures. People have been asking for years now to have G.I. Joe in a 6-inch scale, and we finally now have it. But this one's going to be reviewed side by side with the Pulse Store exclusive, the Hasbro store. It's sold out. You can't get it any longer. Very, very cool figure. Happy to have it at least now because, again, I'm a big G.I. Joe fan when it comes to Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. So that's it, guys. We're going to cut the stream here at 9:45. I spent 45 minutes doing the stream tonight. I want to thank everybody who stayed for the stream. Again, I kind of cobbled my monitor from my workstation behind me. That's where you heard some noise. That was my unit that I was testing, making some sound. Yeah, the Boba Fett and Carbonite Chamber coming out, and Django. Yep, I know about the Django. I do have a pair Boba Fett's Carbonized coming out as well. That's what you just talked about there, Hypercritical. I have 2 of them coming to me. I'm going to be keeping one mint on card. One will absolutely be reviewed. That's coming to me as well. So I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight, guys. I'm going to be cutting the stream right now in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys. See you guys in the next stream. And bye-bye.